Hi kids, so in today's video I want to talk about this topic called money. I think it's a very taboo topic, right? So growing up, your grandpa, grandma, right, your akong ama, my parents, they didn't really teach me much about money. But first I want to start off by sharing with you what were my earliest memory of how my father taught me money, right? So I think growing up, my dad is extremely generous with us kids. My mom, on the other hand, she's an extreme saver, right? She can save as much money as she can save because she's a housewife. So she got limited earning power. My dad runs a business, so probably his worldview is more of like money can be earned back, just spend, just enjoy life. I can remember a couple of things that I want to share with you how Akong Ama brought me up, right? So I remember going to Cold Storage, supermarket, shop and save, all of these things. My dad has a philosophy: you can walk down the aisle, right? You can walk down the aisle. You can take as many things as you want, but once you walk in front, you cannot turn back. You cannot turn back and regret. So whatever your hands can grab, and that's it. Daddy will buy that. And that's a very interesting philosophy because it made me feel that like, wow, life is a buffet. Whatever I want, I can get, but make sure that I really really want it. And you cannot turn back time, you cannot look back, just be decisive about it. uh yeah, that's an interesting experience that's always in my head. Fun fact, just want to share with you guys, right? But let me share with you the not so nice, matter of fact lah. So because of maybe the way my father managed money, or the way he managed his business, unfortunately our family's finance is in a shambles. So we had to sell away our condo to pay off my father's family business debt. And my mom, okay, had to sell away all her branded bags just to pay off debts for family. And when I was 19 years old, all the way up, right, we were changing condos to condos, from owning it to renting it, because my father just don't want to lose his face, his ego. And that was how I did not know what's going on, but I know that like, wow, every couple of years we're changing condos. So I thought that we're upgrading our lifestyle, but in actual fact we're downgrading. So that were my earliest memory of money. And I remember my mom told me this, right? Amma told me this. I asked her for more pocket money. She said I was probably maybe 17, 18 years old. And I said, I want more money to buy clothing. And then she screamed at my face. She said this: all the money that I give you, the pocket money, you don't save. You always buy all these clothes, all these fashion stuff. Anyhow waste money. If you really want to spend, you go and earn. No. That statement, right, really, really fired my soul. And that's why ever since 17 years old, I started working for my uncle to pack soap, because he runs a kind of soap business, right? Shampoo business. He's a distributor. I started working at maybe 15, 16 years old. But at 17 years old, that's where I found jobs myself. That's where I was always looking forward to earn money, because I realized that at a young age, right, working part-time, money is power. At a very young age, money makes me powerful because I have the ability to spend however I like to spend. So that was probably one thing that I would say one good thing that my mom triggered in me, you see. So since young, I was very hardworking, but I always find shortcuts. Daddy gonna share with you very vulnerably what I do. So what I did was that at the age of 18, 19 years old, I can remember very clearly, Changi Airport was looking for customer service representative, right? So there were like 200 students applying for that role. It's a work and learn program. So I was from Temasek Polytechnic. So they only accepting 10 people. And I was fortunate enough to be selected. The pay was about $9 per hour. If you work on public holidays, it's double. And I can remember that I'm very hardworking because I really, really want a lot of money. At the point of time, daddy have a girlfriend, right? And then on weekends, we will eat together at cafes. I want to pay for that. I don't want to, go on Dutch and don't make me look good, right? So I was very hardworking as a kid. I will always get like 3 slots, 4 slots during the weekdays, even weekends included. So per week, I work 4 times, and then each shift, right, is about 8 to 10 hours. I forgot. So let's just do the math, right? 8 hours times $9, one day you earn about $72. So $72, I work 3 to 4 shifts. 4 shifts is about $280. 1 month, I make an extra $1,000, and I was only 18 years old. And I can remember very clearly, my mom would like make requests, say, I want this particular I remember like fragrance or like a skincare product, I'm more than happy to even buy for her. And that makes me feel powerful, like wow, I can make people happy with my money. So that was my earliest memory that like, earning money is powerful. I was trading time for money, right, at that point of time. So after which, I remember very clearly that public holiday they pay me $18 per hour, and there was one occasion there were two public holidays back to back, and I remember it was like a Vesak Day and Labor Day kind of thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but basically there's two Labor Day, two public holidays in 1 week. And I was so tired and so exhausted, but I still wanted to make money, and I did things shortcut wise, right? I went to ask for that shift, and I got that shift. By the way, as a customer service representative, right, I have to walk around Changi Airport helping people with their needs, and it was very tiring. And I had to go for toilet breaks. And whenever I'm in the toilet, right, I literally too tired, and I just sit there in the toilet, despite it being, I mean, Changi Airport is really nice and beautiful, right? Despite it being unhygienic, right, I will see myself napping there for 1 hour, 2 hours. And at a young age, I did not think too much about it. I felt proud that, wow, you see, people pay me $18 for me to sleep inside the toilet. Wow, easy money, easy money. That was what I was thinking of. And I can remember very clearly, I go home, right, I tell my mother, hey, mommy, you know what happened? Today, lucky, I sleep in the toilet, right, not get caught. So I was proud. I was proud of the fact that I can make easy money. Now, in hindsight, I look back, do I feel proud? No, I feel shame. I feel shame for the character that I was having back then. And because of those things, right, that shaped me very differently. On the outside, people think that I'm hardworking, but on the inside, I know myself that I was looking for shortcut all the time. And it is a big crack to my self-image. It's a big crack to my confidence. Because then now, anything that's difficult, but the proper way, hardworking way to make money, I will always say no to that. Like after earning $18 per hour just hiding in the toilet and sleep, right? Someone asked me, hey, do you want to do $6, give flyer? I would say, no, of course not. That's so difficult, that's so challenging, I won't do. So that was how, my understanding of earning money was really, utterly shaped differently. So that phase of my life was more towards like, how did I started earning money, right? Trading time for hours. Trading hours and time for money. So the next chapter that I want to share with you guys, kids, is how I started using my brain to make money. So let me share with you. My earliest memory of how I use my brain to make money, right? A lot of these stories are the gray area ones. It's not illegal, but it's gray area. So what happened was that I started doing things like Polaroid prints. Hopefully next time when you're watching this, you still can understand what's a Polaroid print. So the proper material is very good quality. Probably one print costs you $1, right? What I did at that point of time was that I realized that if I want to, because Polaroid machine, you click, then they will give you out the film. But if I want to help people print a very nice Polaroid, which they can send me a image that they already have, how can I go about doing that, you see? So I just had a random idea one day. I said, what if someone can send me an image that they already have in their handphone, I print it out and make it look like a Polaroid film, but it's actually not a Polaroid film, and I send it to the house, the doorstep. How much will this entire process be? I was in army when I had the idea. So I went to a printer in Peace Center, in Singapore Peace Center. So I asked the guy, hey, if you can create something like this, it look like a Polaroid film, but it's not. How much do you think the cost price will be? And he was telling me it's only costing 5 cents. And I'm like, 5 cents? A proper Polaroid film maybe costs you about $1.10, $1.20 at that point of time. I'm like, wow, that's 20 times of profit margin that I can earn. So I asked myself, maybe I can upload on Carousel and see whether people will be interested in it. So the caption I write down, send me your picture, I made it into a Polaroid film and I delivered to your doorstep. And I was blown away. There's a lot of young kids, primary school kids, secondary school kids want to buy that for their friends. And was that hard work? Yes, because I have to compile the images, I have to edit it in the Polaroid lookalike film, send it to the printer print it out. I have to physically go there during the weekends because I was in army to go and collect the film, mail it out to Singapore Post, Singapore Post Office, to mail it out individually to the customers. But that was my first taste of making money from an idea, right? And I can remember clearly that every single month from this business, it started out with $100 extra pocket money, 200, 300, 500. And one of the best months, I make like $900 profits, right? And I was quite blown away by the whole experience, because last time I was trading hours for money. Now is my ideas make me money. I'm able to think, of ways to create money so creatively, and that was a start. So I can give you a lot more examples. I remember that I was living in a condo last time, and there was someone asking for a babysitter. Do I have babysitting skills? To be honest, no. But I literally just messaged the lady. I said, yeah, sure. Pay me $60 per hour. $60 per hour. I'm happy to do it for 4 hours. And that lady was from USA, right? She normalized, having babysitters. So I literally went down to my neighbor's house, because same condo, and I earned $240 just by sitting there by the side of the kid. And I'm like, wow, like money can be, so easy to earn if you just use your brain, or you just have the courage to say yes. But of course, ethically, morally, right lah. And those were the evidence that I saw when I was a young kid, that I'm like, oh my God, I love making money, you see. And then from that phase of my life onwards, right, I say lesser and lesser to trading my time for money. What happened? Another example was that my condo, okay, was looking for. I remember very clearly. I met one guy from, I think it was a random stranger I met through my work, my internship. He's a painter, right? He's a painter. He paints people's house, and I literally just asked him this: if I can find customers for you, can I earn a commission from that? 30% commission. And then he was like, sure, if you can find customers, why not? And I just uploaded it on my condo Facebook group. Okay, this is a big gray area, don't do this, but this is what I done. I uploaded in the condo Facebook group, say, hey guys, I just finished a painting job from this young chap. It was amazing, very affordable. It was, I rate him a 5/5. If you need any painting job, reach out to me, I can introduce you to him. I did not do any painting job. So that was my shitty mindset, right? I started lying at it. And fun fact, really, I found a job for this guy. And funny enough, right, the whole job, the guy quoted him like $3,000, and he was willing to pay me $1,000 Singapore dollars. 30% of it is 1,000. And he came down to my house to pay me cash. And I was only like maybe 20 years old, before even I was entering army. 20 years old, I collected $1,000 cash, and that really changed my life. Yes, it's a shortcut, I lied, but the good news is that if I can be just the arbitrage or the middleman and earn the arbitrage in between, money is so easy to earn. So that was how I started, using my brain, using my creativity to start making more money. And but the story ended poorly lah. Basically, the young painter did a shitty job, but I asked him to do it until the customer satisfied, of course. But overall, it was a bad experience. So that's where I learned that arbitrage is good if you can have the really good delivery or customer satisfaction. But that's beside the point. So you can see my life stage change, right? From trading time for money, then I use brain to make money. But along the way, that's where I started entering the working world. I was a software sales. That's where I realized that skill set, you trade skill set for money. So I like sales. Why sales? Because I don't work like 8 hours per day for a company. I only work like maybe 3 appointments per day. One appointment costs me about 1.5 hours. So in actual fact, probably I work 4.5 hours of appointments, and then the rest of my time I spend cold calling, finding customers. Maybe there's about 2-3 hours a day, maybe 6 hours a day. But the good news is there's no cap in terms of my income. I don't really have to report to office. So that stage of my life when I was working 2 years for someone as a sales professional, that chapter is called skill sets for money, not really on creativity, a bit of that, right? So that's where I felt proud, because my highest income at one particular month was $8,000 with CPF, and I was only 24 years old. So I was like, oh my God, this feels amazing. So yeah, that was probably the experience that I had, right? Trading skill set for money. And remember in the previous video, I shared about how I paid $30,000 for a mentor. And that's where the mentor taught me new skills. Like for example, I learned how to do webinars. Webinars is online seminar webinars, right? And I learned how to structure like master classes, workshops, host workshop, facilitations, coaching. So as I advanced from 25 years old, 26, 27, 28, 29, I realized that I was acquiring a lot of skill sets. And here's the lesson that I want to share with you guys right now, kids. You need to know that, right? When we are younger, as young as 16 years old, right, we trade time for money. It's really to build character. It's to build character. Daddy had a bad character when I was younger. I find shortcuts. But I forgot to tell you the good side of it. I realized that as a young kid, right, I like to do cashier job, I like to do waiter job, because I just like talking to people, I just like interacting with people, and I realized that I'm very kind, and I like to make people happy. So that was what I realized about myself at a young age. That's why when I was at Changi Airport, whenever I serve people, I serve them with a really wide smile, trying to impress them, make them really happy. So 16 years old, yes, I was trading time for money, but in return, I was building my character, for good and also for bad. And as I grow older and older, I realized that building skill sets, right, building character, all of these things increase your value as an individual, increase your value. So when it comes to earning money, this is an important lesson right now. Please listen. First one, you need to acquire as many skill sets as possible. Acquire as many skill sets as possible. Number two, where you fusion different skill sets, it makes you more valuable. I give you an example. So when I fuse sales plus I fuse maybe webinar, that's where I start selling high ticket online. Make sense? But for someone who can do sales and only offline sales, then he can only do maybe one-to-one offline sales. So when you fuse skill sets together, it make you more valuable as a person. For example, again, you can teach, you can facilitate, you can coach. It makes you more all-rounded when it comes to imparting skill sets to people. So at a young age, daddy's advice to you, right, is to acquire as many skill sets that is very interlinked to one another. But you never know whether are they interlinked. Only when you look in hindsight, then you can understand. I give you some examples, right? Some kid that learns piano, where he realized maybe he was learning piano at 5, 6 years old. But suddenly he want to be a professional gamer who's really good at the keyboards, right? He's clicking very fast and everything at 16 years old. That is two interlinked skill sets, which is nimble fingers, right? So my advice for you as a young kid, right? Don't doubt the process. Don't use your logical brain and say that, this skill will make me money, that skill will make me money. No, just acquire as many skills out of passion, out of hobby or interest, and you realize that in time to come, on hindsight, all of these skills are able to interlock. So that's the first thing, right? Acquire as many skills. Number two is fusion of skills. Number three, see who values your skills the most. Whether is it you're using your skills as self-employment or as running a business or maybe being employed. Whoever value the skill the most and is aligned to what you like to do, that's where you make the most money. I give you some real example, okay? Maybe you have a very strong engineering skill, but you don't know how to sell your software coding skills, right? Maybe you can upload, maybe you can look for gigs for you to do, and maybe you can only charge yourself $1,000 per project. So that's a good start, right? Or number two, you have engineering skills, you actually build a software application that eventually makes you $1 million. But this requires a lot of hard work, requires a lot of risk appetite, requires you to build a team. It's just challenging, right? So, but more importantly, do you like doing that? Number three, alternatively, a company that's building the tech app, the tech software, the tech application, you kind of believe in that vision and you just like doing application. You don't like to build a team, you don't want to do anything else, just hired by them. And they pay you really well salary, $10,000 a month with CPF, and then you realize that, oh wow, actually this is what I enjoy doing the most. It makes you happy, go for that, right? So I don't enforce that you must follow my path and do business on self-employment or entrepreneurship. You don't have to. But do understand that at a given time, which or whoever value your skill set the most, go for that. right? And there's no hard feelings about it. More importantly, is it aligned to you? Does it make you happy? Are you aligned with the vision of the business that you're joining or you're building? So yeah, so there are three things to take note of when it comes to earning money. Make sense? Acquire as many skill sets, fusion of skill sets, and see who value your skill sets the most. And this is my own humble learnings after 29 years in being employed by people, building something of my own, and also I tried doing side hustles and gigs somewhere else as well. So let's talk about the second chapter when it comes to money, right? First chapter just now, a long chunk, we spoke about earning money. So the second chapter is about saving money, right? Because if you can earn a lot but you don't save a lot, you realize after a while you feel very jaded. You say, wow, I earn so hard, I work so hard, but I don't keep any money at the end. And then you feel that I don't want to earn as much money anymore. So that's a very bad mindset to have. Can you imagine you make $1 million and you spend $1 million and then you have nothing left to take a look at? And then you feel like it's a waste of time, waste of effort, and then you feel very demoralized. How do I know? Because I've been there as well. So a couple of real lessons that I want to share with you if you're watching this. When I'm younger, right, Akong Ama like to say this, filial piety is important, family is important. They spend a lot of time and effort to raise me up, and it's my turn that I'm older to repay them. I always take pride in that statement. I want to be a very filial son. I want to be someone that they are proud of. That's why even though I earn $3,000, $4,000 salary, I will always pay the $2,500 that the family needs. Because that was what probably my father, when he was younger, he would do for his family maybe. So that's why I idolize it, I follow after it. But here comes the problem with kids. When I was doing that, right, I realized that it built up a lot of resentment in me. Not just me, my siblings as well, my sisters as well. And because you barely have enough for yourself, and a chunk of it go to your family first, right? And that's why your brain goes short circuit. You will say like, I earn so much, I give away so much. Wow, what's the point of earning more? And it's not healthy for your brain. Or maybe the second thing that formed in my head is this: always my money goes to others, not me. You realize that where your money goes, right, is usually an extension of your love. But that's where I realized that I love my parents probably more than I love myself. So for my parents, for my family, I'm willing to treat them to a nice meal. But was I willing to treat myself to a nice meal? The answer is no. I'm more than happy to catch my mother from, Tampines to Jurong. But I will never catch myself last time. I will take a bus. I will always save that money. I will always do it for the loved ones, but not for myself. But this is a very unhealthy relationship with money. Because I give you some real transparency, kids. When I was younger, I always loved gambling. I like taking risk. I like high adrenaline rush. So in my head, right, I logicalized that if I can give my parents $2,500, right, then it's okay. I spend $100 on gambling like mahjong with my friends or playing poker with my friends. Lose is fine, no issue. So can you imagine on one hand that I really give out $2,500, on the other hand I still spend $100, $200 a month on gambling like this. How much money do I really keep? Not much. And I was going through that for years. As I was building my business, 25, 26, 27 years old even, this was going on. So what changed daddy, right, was when one night, my mom wanted more money from me. And she said that, son, you need to pay more bills. I said, why? Why, daddy don't need to pay as much? She said this, because daddy business got debt, you don't have. So can you imagine how I feel being compared like that? And I'm like, my business is not easy to run. I still have to pay for all my business bills. I still have to pay for family bills. Why is this fair? Not fair. And my mother don't know how to appreciate me. My mother don't know how to affirm me. On the flip side, I felt taken advantage of. I felt unfair. And that's where I screamed at the top of my lungs. I said, this is fucking ridiculous. I sacrificed so much for many years, and this is what I get. I don't feel loved. And in that moment, I followed my gut, and I called my best friend and I said, Dylan, do you want to move out? Yeah, we move out together. We'll find a nice place. That's it. And that was that. At 28 years old, not 27, 28 years old, right? I move out. And I found a place that I rent for $2,000. So I never pay for my family's 2.5K anymore. I just take that $2,000 and I love myself instead. And when I'm finally away from my family, and that's where I practice self-love. That's where I felt empty, of course. I felt very cold in my heart. But that's where I can save extra $500 every single month. Last time I was paying 2.5, now I pay 2,000. I save extra $500. And that's where I started feeling guilty. I don't dare to go and visit my parents as much. I start thinking that maybe I'm a selfish son. Maybe I'm not filial. So there's a lot of internal conflict. But I took 6 months of being alone to finally recover, heal my relation myself. And I told my mother this after 6 months. I said, Mom, I do miss you. I do love you. But I learned an important lesson. I need to give you what I can give, not what I must give. Business not doing as well, so I can only give you this amount. And that's that. Right? And that is my extension of filial piety, not what you expect of me. How are you going to settle the rest? You need to do your best. You cannot just rely on me. When I was able to protect myself, when I was able to take care of myself, that was where I started to save more money. And in fact, a lot of difficult conversations I need to have with people, right? That's where I was able to save money. So in the past, my friends will ask me, you want to go for drinking sessions? You want to go for, I don't like drinking, but they ask me pay money, I'll pay money. But now I'm like negotiating with people. Hey, if I don't drink, can I pay lesser? Right? My friends ask to go for holiday trips, and I will start thinking, do I have enough money for holiday trips? I was lucky that my grand uncle passed me a car, and that was a very important lesson that I want to share with you guys. So, number one, after driving the car for 1 year, I realized that driving a car has a lot of bills to pay. I don't like paying so many bills. It makes me feel shocked that suddenly the car spoiled, another $1,000, $2,000 have to go. Suddenly got road tax. Suddenly got, the petrol that I have to pay every single month. The car tires spoil. So it feels like I'm on one end earning money, suddenly all of these random things that I can't control wants my money. And it made me feel very helpless. And number two, I don't like driving. It makes me feel stressed. Takes away my focus for work and and rest. So I came to a really strong decision to sell the car. Nothing about ego. It's just about self-awareness. I don't want the car because it costs me money and I don't get to save money. Number two, it doesn't make me happier. Number three, it just drains my soul, my energy. So I sold it away. And then with that extra money, I never give everything to my parents, even though it's a gift from my grand uncle that my grandfather approved. Because my grand uncle passed on. Right? My grandfather allowed me to drive it. But technically it doesn't belong to me. But I was really convicted, and I expressed and explained to them, say, hey, I paid the road tax, I paid the bills, I paid the repair and everything. I think it's only fair that I just take back what I paid. I fought for it. I protected myself. And yeah, fair enough. I took half, the rest of it go to my father to help him with his business. When I take the half, I did not anyhow just put in my savings. I never just spent it away. I invested that amount. And that was when, at 28 years old, I started the habit of investing money, which leads to the next chapter, right? First you earn, next you save, third you grow your money, right? So that's where I started realizing that growing money is a complicated topic. Right now I'm also navigating this topic, but let me make it as easy as I can for you kids to watch this. When it comes to growing money, there's so many vehicles you can grow your money, right? There's like bonds, there's like fixed deposit, there's like stocks, equity, there's like forex, foreign exchange, currencies, there's properties, right? There's REITs, like real estates, but like mini what do you call it? You can buy the REITs. The company manages the property on your behalf. So of course the returns is not as high, but it's a bit more passive. And there's like cryptocurrencies. There's even like investments in wine, art pieces. There's a lot of things for you to grow money. And based on my own experience, right, when it comes to money, right, I've been burned a lot. My friends tell me that, hey, this cryptocurrency is good, I buy on blind faith. I don't know what am I doing, but I just give into the greed, give into the fear. I just do it. Number two, right, when it comes to growing money, there were moments where I was greedy and I did this thing called leverage. Leverage basically means you got $100 that company, the brokerage company where you can buy the equity from, they give you extra money for you to borrow first, so you can do whatever you want to do and then pay them interest after. So I made wrong moves with leverage, which result to me losing money as well. So you realize that fundamentally it's just greedy. I want it fast. That destroys my belief about investing. So advice for you kids is that number one, you only invest in things that you have knowledge in. Okay? Number two, time is your friend. You never try to cheat time. Cheat time means that I want to get X amount of returns. I want to make 2 times the money in 10 days time. The faster you want something, the more prone you will be for pitfalls and also for mistakes to happen. So that's why I made leverage, buy certain stocks and equity, and then during bad times, right, they automatically liquidate my stocks and shares. But if let's say I did not have that leverage, nobody will force me to sell my shares, and I will never make any losses because it's just paper loss. So all these are real lessons that I want to share with you guys. And maybe I'll still got one more vehicle that I never tell you is invest in businesses. Another one is invest in yourself, right? So my advice to you, as well as my advice with myself that I've been doing the many years, invest in things that you have knowledge about. So you have knowledge in yourself. Invest in yourself. Go for courses. Pick up more skill sets. Remember just now I talked about equipping yourself with skill sets. Because if you think about it logically, you invest in a company, let's say a company like Apple, right? Microsoft, next time probably you still exist in your time. You will probably earn 200% after 3 years, right? After 3 years, 200%. If you divide 200% divided by 3 years is maybe 60%, 66%. Not bad, very good returns. But on the flip side, if you take that same money and you go for classes, courses to improve your skill set so that you can ask for pay raise from your boss, or so that you can start another business, or so that you can sell your service to someone, would you agree that you'll probably make more than 200%? You'll probably earn a lot more money by selling that service. So my advice to you, okay, especially when you're in your 20s to 30 years old, yes, you can invest a bit in the stock market, invest a bit in these financial instruments, but a bulk of your money should be heavily investing in yourself. Either investing, in very beautiful retreats, spiritual retreats, or maybe invest in a gym membership, invest in healthy food to make sure your body is the vehicle that help you generate all this money. These can help you sustain to have future success. Make sense? So that's my encouragement to you, that probably a huge portion of that money should go back investing in yourself, investing in knowledge. Don't justify that investing in good cars, investing in good clothes is a priority. Not so unless your situation forces you to do so. I don't know. No. Today I'm still wearing the black t-shirt that I always wear. I don't buy any brands. I'm 29 years old. Maybe next time I'll tell you different advice, but in my opinion, today investing in your skill sets, investing in your brains, investing in your mindset, that's the best gift that you can do for yourself. Invest in your health, right? And then a minority of your money, yes, invest in the stock market. After when you're 30 to 40 years old, that's where the priorities switch, because a bulk of your money is already being acquired, right? That's where you start learning how to grow your money at scale. That's where you need to see which of these financial instruments, every of these financial instruments, by the way, can make your wealth. You'll see people doing property, they make good money. Wine auction, art auction also make good money. You need to find out what is that thing that you have very passionate knowledge in, have a lot of passion and knowledge in. You need to find out what is something that you truly care about, and nobody can cheat you, lie, or betray you, right? So if you're very into business, then just double down and focus on business, and maybe that is your path to wealth creation and building. So in this video, we covered, just want to do some summary. We covered about money, ways to earn money, trading time for money, using creativity to make money, skill set for money. We also spoke about saving money. How you save money is usually where you have more self-love for yourself. You protect your boundaries so that nobody can take away your money like that. Don't unnecessarily anyhow spend money on random stuff that you don't like or don't make you happy. Yeah, so that you have more money to save, so that you can grow your money. So growing money, there's so many different instruments in it. Don't be swayed by greed. Use time as your friend, not using time as a disadvantage. And also only invest in things that you have passion and knowledge about. As you're younger, 20, 30 years old, invest heavily in yourself. 30 onwards, then you can probably leverage on all of these instruments, whatever that works for you, so that you can do well in life.